Good morning, 49ers. You're watching 49er News live with Team 7. I'm Cassidy Stewart,
And I'm Leslie Gonzalez.
and we'll be your news anchors for today. For today's news, we have a promising business seeking assistance to expand operations.
Z Cheddar is a chain of wine and cheese shops located in Oregon. They are looking to expand to the West Coast, but need some serious business remodeling before they can. The consulting group, Ladybilities, has been selected to take on the challenge. Let's review the details of this case.
The figures of Z Cheddar shows that they are in a great position financially for growth and expansion. Let's focus on their revenue by year. Overall, their trend is upward. In the past 5 years, they've increased their revenues by $500,000.
And we can see here, Cassidy, that most of the sales are generated by their selection of artisan cheeses and wines. This is what the company is known for, and this is what the consumers want. The packages, however, don't seem to be bringing in sufficient revenue, which raises some concerns. So some questions that to be asking are, why are packages barely selling? How could we improve the marketing of the packages? And are internal systems hindering the effectiveness of sales?
Looking a little further into the details, we see here that their gross profit margin is 52.07%, which is excellent considering that any gross profit margin above 15 to 20% is considered ideal. And to me, this is an ideal 75-degree day. The net profit margin is 24.46%, which is also 14% above the recommended 10% for companies to be considered healthy. Therefore, another great 75-degree weather day.
Over in the regions of the consolidated balance sheet, the weather isn't quite as pleasant. The debt to equity ratio is a low 0.28, which at first sight can seem great, but if you look into it a little further, we see the temperature has risen a bit, causing too many funds provided by equity. The asset to equity ratio is a smooth 75 degrees, while the current ratio is a bit too high, peaking at 90 degrees. This can mean that the company may be inefficiently using its current assets or its short-term financing facilities.
So we know that Z Cheddar is well off financially, but what is limiting their ability to expand, Leslie?
Well, the fact that majority of the processes are manual greatly reduces the efficiency of the company. There is a time lag between sending and receiving information. So this time lag can delay the entire supply chain, which leads to customer dissatisfaction. Finally, because humans are prone to error, manually inputting increases the risk of inaccuracy, which can lead to issues in the long run with brand image.
Right. The lack of segregation of duties also limits Z Cheddar from performing its best. Currently, one person is in charge of many of the operations, which significantly puts the company at risk for fraud. The lack of inter and intra oversight between departments weakens the internal controls, and they are also prone to error. So what does this all mean? Well, Lady Billies has come up with a technology recommendation. After interviewing Mr. Z, we gathered that he currently relies on manual processes and his data is spread across systems that are not shared with all the employees. This is inconvenient for a company with promising growth. Without an ERP, you have silos, and there has to be a lot of cross-referencing, which is time-consuming. So we've decided to choose Tally ERP as the ERP system to implement. It is simple, flexible, cost-effective, accurate, and reliable. Tally ERP 9 should be implemented because it is using new technology. The time between transfer information between departments is reduced, so the company ships products faster to customers. Current operating processes are also done manually, which increases risk of mistake and takes up too much time. So newly implemented technology is a necessary tool to manage their business, operating processes, and data management. This reduces down the time and error, which will increase accuracy. Using new automated technology, employees can also go into highly skilled and specialized jobs to further help with efficiency and promote growth. By implementing ERP, Mr. Z's internal controls would actually improve since there would be a great segregation of duties. The software can automate some processes that would have previously been recorded and done by employees. Thank you so much for watching today's news. I'm Cassidy Stewart.
And I'm Leslie Gonzalez.
Have a great night.